over salary and benefits.
Career you choose, you should probably look at what the career earnings are of going into that field. What I'll also say is this: every single one of you WNBA players, you better pray that Caitlin Clark doesn't get injured, because she's keeping your league afloat.
We will not participate if we are not compensated appropriately. The bold is that, let's face it, Angel Reese's seemingly irrational statement caused a stir on social media, and not in the way she likely intended. None of the backlash was more severe than Patrick Bet-David, who did more than simply clap back, used a mound of financial facts with surgical accuracy to demolish her case. You won't be able to view Angel's tantrum the same way after you learn the whole truth about the situation, I promise.
The ones coming this year will still be on the rookie contract again. The ones that the year after, they gonna get more. They probably gonna be making more than us. No, they are.
Who's that?
I'm hurt. They are. Like, yeah. I've been in the meetings. They are. I need to get in the. I need to get in the field. You need to come to the meetings. I gotta get in the meetings because I'm hearing like, yeah, they don't give us. If y'all don't give us what we want, like, we sit out. That's a possibility for real.
Here's the deal then. Reese, a former Bayou Barbie who is now a professional basketball player, is now advocating for WNBA players to boycott if their pay isn't increased. Indeed, a guy who is still getting used to making layups without clanking the backboard's bottom is already threatening to shut down the league to Patrick's response. Somewhere between laughter and disbelief. Can you really blame him?
You know what I love watching? I love watching her highlights of missing shots. She's got to be the worst shooter you've met in your life. But go, Rob, just go, give this feedback. Give this feedback here. Go for it.
Season 2, I can't wait to work with you some more. The biggest advice I have for you is going to be how you shoot your layups, period.
Layups? Bang! What do you mean? She's our double-double queen! Bang! What they say, if it's broke, don't fix it. Bang! Teaching Angel Reese to make a layup is like teaching an old dog a new trick. It ain't gonna work. Bang! Hey, welcome to McDonald's. What can I get you? Have the Angel Reese McBang!
Let's examine what Angel actually stated in more detail.
Want to get paid. Possibility. Reese has been vocal about her low WNBA salary, revealing her $74,000 a year salary doesn't cover rent, stating on Instagram Live, I just hope you know that the WNBA doesn't pay my bills at all. I don't even think they pay one of my bills. Reese's financial struggles stem from WNBA salary not matching her past earnings, as her NIL valuation at LSU was $1.8 million, bolstered by deals with Reebok, PlayStation, McDonald's, and Coach, while a 4-year rookie deal was $324,000 with $74,000 due next season.
I just hope y'all know the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills. Let me do the math real quick.
It might cover that. Yeah,
it
definitely covers that.
What is I don't even know my salary.
She disclosed that her rookie WNBA salary of roughly $74,000 does not even cover her rent in Chicago. Yes, $74,000 sounds like a great deal to people like you and me. However, Angel, she's behaving as though she lives in a shantytown. Is this an irony? Thanks to endorsement deals with Reebok, PlayStation, McDonald's, and a dozen other companies that apparently believed retweeting shade qualified as a basketball ability, this same individual made close to $1.8 million while attending LSU.
Non-basketball sustained her, especially since the WNBA's $200 million revenue last season only allocated 9.3% to salaries, unlike the NBA's 50% share of the $5.3 billion in 2023. Adam, thoughts?
No, my rent is more than that. It's $8,000. I'm living beyond my means.
Angel has already signed a 4-year rookie contract worth around $324,000, or $81,000 annually. That is less than 5% of her earnings as an influencer in college. It makes sense why she famously quipped, "Hatred pays the bills." Since her box scores aren't as profitable as her Instagram stories, let's face it, the WNBA must bill her for backboard repairs at the pace she's hurling bricks. While Angel is constructing a brand out of poor decisions and superior bricklaying brickwork, Caitlin Clark is out there creating the future of women's basketball.
Hey, this is the greatest Angel Reese layup you'll ever see. Here we go with the dump off, ba-da-dum-bum-bum. I'm loving it. Burn! Oh, she getting jiggy with it. Look at that, crisscross, zigging-zagging through the lane. Giddy up, yeehaw! Burn! Now I heard she's ambidextrous. That makes sense, cause she's equally doggy doo-doo with the right and left-handed layup. Bang! Professional basketball player needing to work on her layups is like a fish needing to learn how to breathe underwater. It doesn't make sense. Reese's Puffs! Bang!
Patrick was in complete disbelief. Not because Angel is having financial difficulties, Let's be honest, given all of her sponsorships, she probably isn't. However, this is due to the sheer chutzpah of requesting further funding from a league that, wait for it, doesn't even generate revenue, made the obvious point, and the actual world. A company doesn't give raises when it is consistently losing money. T distributes pink slips. Things started to become really interesting when Adam Sosnick jumped in with the facts.
WNBA and what's her name? Angel Reese. Do it. I fully support your right to strike. So other sports have done it. So other major sports have done it. Here's a quick list for you, PBD. I put this together. Biggest sports strikes in history. 1994, the MLB strike. It was the first time that the World Series was canceled.
I remember.
You remember that? In 1998, the NBA went on strike. They canceled the All-Star game for the first time. The NFL has gone on strike multiple times. 1982, 1987, 2011.
Yes, there have been player strikes in the NFL, MLB, NBA, and NHL, Adam reminded us. Here's the main distinction, though. When their players left, those leagues were earning billions. Angel Reese is pretending that the WNBA is Apple, but in reality, it's more like your cousin's food truck. It's barely making ends meet while still providing free samples.
Here's the catch when you're going to go on strike. In 1994, MLB, NBA, NFL, what's the number one revenue sport in America? What do you think it is? The NFL. How much do you think they make? $17 billion. The NBA, a little over $11 billion. The MLB, also $11 billion. The NHL, $7 billion.
Patrick didn't sugarcoat it. Every year, the WNBA loses about $50 million. That kind of business isn't sustainable. It's a ticking time bomb. The NFL earns $17 billion. $11 billion each for the NBA and MLB. Additionally, the WNBA is barely making $150 million and is still unable to turn a profit. It's like attempting to operate a high-end spa on a lemonade stand budget with just 2 patrons.
Are a alleged $150 to $200 million company. You're operating at a loss every single year. You've never made money. It's called a zombie company. You're subsidized.
This problem isn't even brand new. Since its founding in 1997, the WNBA has been losing money. That equates to more than 25 years of damaged spreadsheets and red ink. Even now, with record ratings and packed arenas, the losses are increasing. You would think that all the excitement around Caitlin Clark would eventually force them into profitability. League that ought to have disbanded long ago continues to struggle because of its much wealthier big brother, the NBA.
Question for you, Vinny. Real quick, rapid fire.
Go.
WNBA stats. Here we go. You're a sports guy. How many teams are in the WNBA?
9?
No, 13. How many games do they play?
80?
40.
Damn it.
Who won the championship this year and who played in the finals?
The Florida Magics.
No, the New York Liberty beat the Minnesota Lynx.
Who?
Who exactly?
Scale is one aspect of the issue. There are just 12 teams in the WNBA. Each participates in 40 games per season. The new Golden State Valkyries will begin expansion in 2025, but that is still a long way from a 30 teams and 82 game schedule of the NBA. Reduced TV revenue, inventory, and ticket sales, it's simple math. Apparently. Unless you're Dejounte Carrington or Angel Reese.
The MVP. She was unanimous. She got all the votes.
Dylan Mulvaney.
Yes.
Yes.
Aja Wilson.
Oh.
You just failed the test,
I'm
buddy.
sorry.
WNBA is coming for you.
What about income sharing? NBA players receive half of the league's revenue. Players in the WNBA only receive 9.3%. Seems unjust until you consider that the league still loses money despite that tiny cut. Simply put, there isn't enough money to go around. Not to mention the disparity in attendance between Caitlin Clark's Fever games and, well, everyone else's, including the Angels. There are a lot more empty seats where she performs, so be warned.
Yes, it is unrivaled. It is also unwatched. Look, let's be honest, we can sugarcoat it all you want, but if you don't have Caitlin Clark playing women's basketball, or if you're not the NCAA tournament playing women's basketball, you got nothing. Zero zip, nothing.
No one is arguing that WNBA athletes aren't worthy of respect or acknowledgement. However, asking a league that is struggling financially for extra money, that isn't courageous, as it's delusional. Particularly when it comes from someone like Reese, who has only been in the league for 5 minutes and is already behaving as though she is in charge of negotiations, and the meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is simply being herself to dropping money, setting records, and leaving a legacy without resorting to tantrums or walkout threats. While Angel Reese is still learning how to make a layup without turning into a meme, she lets her game speak for itself. Perhaps someone should inform Angel that people are already sitting out to watch her games the next time she talks about doing so.
I mean, I'm not huge on like comparing the WNBA and the NBA. Like, I don't really think that's fair. Obviously, I think where the WNBA is right now is pretty incredible. I think a lot of people, or most people, would not believe it's in the place that it is right now. So I think when people always ask me this question, like, where I think it'll be in 5 years, is like, I don't, like, it's hard for me to answer because people didn't even think we'd be right here, right now. And I think really sky's the limit. I think when you see, you know, our TV numbers when we're on, you know, national television, we're averaging over 1 million viewers or whatever it is. The All-Star game, I think, was over 4 million viewers. Like, it's just really great numbers. So the more opportunities we're given, I think the more it's going to shine and get better and better. I think also the talent level in college is continuing to get a lot better, and as those players come into the league, and it's going to continue to improve. We're adding 2 new teams next year, and then probably another team year after that.
Some more games.
Yeah, more games, which I think will be good. It'll lengthen the season a little bit more.
Tension between the WNBA and NBA stars is rising, which makes things more exciting. You recall Lisa Leslie and Draymond Green's altercation. Draymond has the audacity to propose that WNBA players should improve their skills before requesting larger compensation. Now for the indignation. However, he might have been right.
There's a viral clip of Draymond Green basically lecturing one of the greatest players in NBA history, WNBA history. I think it's Lisa Leslie.
Recently, Lisa Leslie stirred considerable controversy by speculating that NBA players may increase WNBA wages by perhaps foregoing a night at the casino.
To the NBA, but I do feel like the pay gap would be something that, you know, we could just take a donation around the NBA. Maybe one night y'all don't go to the casino.
That may have seemed like a joke to her, but Draymond Green took offense and gave a full-hearted clap in response, refused to put up with it. Draymond claims that NBA players are the nation's biggest supporters of the WNBA, and to suggest otherwise is simply unappreciative. His impassioned answer demonstrated how strained the two leagues' relationship had grown.
I have something on this, though, because it pisses me off. It pisses me off because I don't think there's anyone in America that supports the WNBA more than NBA players.
100%.
The NBA players support the WNBA like
the most.
More than we probably support the NBA.
However, as this back-and-forth drama unfolds, Caitlin Clark, an unexpected figure, emerges as the league savior. With 2.3 million spectators crammed into arenas, the WNBA has seen a huge increase in popularity, a 48% increase over the previous season. And who is spearheading this craze among fans? Caitlin herself, of course. Strangely though, some seasoned players are portraying the woman as the antagonist rather than supporting her for bringing the league into the public eye on her own. Then came Patrick Bet-David, who didn't hold back and advised WNBA players to light candles for Clark's well-being, because their league might not even exist without her. The WNBA as a whole ought to circle the wagons and celebrate what's successful at this point. Instead, though, there are resentful veterans who are envious of Clark's attention. They continue to seek higher salaries from a league that can hardly afford a parking ticket in the interim. Angel might want to wait until she can reliably make a layup in traffic before requesting a raise.